Hey friends, it's Jacqueline here. In today's video, I plan to have a lot of fun with my eyeshadow looks. Usually, I tend to gravitate towards nudie tones, neutral tones, warm tones, sometimes pinky, mauvey tones, but today I have on my hands the new Natasha Denona Pastel palette. I went ahead and picked up this palette at Natasha Denona's website, but right now it is available at Sephora, Beautylish, Cool Beauty, Selfridges. I will be leaving all the details of this palette, the rest of my makeup, everything will be on the description box below along with the links. And if you're planning to shop any of the products and if you use my links, I greatly appreciate it. You don't have to, but you know that that's a really good way to support my channel and I'm so appreciative of that. So this palette right here just launched I think a week ago at Natasha Denona's website and right now available on multiple different retailers. Costs $65, is in the midi format, which I'm really happy because this is colorful. This is something that, I mean, let's be honest, if we see a lot of brands that they constantly release nude eyeshadows instead of, colorful eyeshadows, is because the nude eyeshadows, they are on demand. But as soon as I saw, hey, Natasha Denona is bringing pastels are hard to formulate. Usually they tend to be a little bit more chalky or they don't have enough opacity. But if we're talking about Natasha Denona, I have high expectations and I really love the size, the midi size. It costs $65, is made in Italy. It has a shelf life of 24 months and this is the beautiful unicorn. And I have posted also a picture on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I will highly suggest you and invite you to do so at Hey Is Jacqueline. Right there, again, there's an image taken in natural light. By the way, I film in natural light too, so hopefully this will help you to really see how these eyeshadows look on natural light, like if you were looking at them in real person. Okay, my friends, so here we have it. This is the beauty right here. Oh my goodness, I honestly absolutely love the packaging. Not only is this plastic case, which is more sturdy, but the gradient between the pink, the lavender, and this minty aqua shade, it looks beautiful. The palette on the back has the pink holes, meaning that you can actually pop all of the eyeshadows out of the casing. And I do have a series here on my channel that I don't do it anymore, but I do have the playlist where I actually create eyeshadow palettes from existing eyeshadows from X brands. So I have a playlist for Natasha Denona and I show you right there how to pop out the eyeshadows carefully and safely. Okay, so here we have it. Let me show it to you how it looks on the inside. Along with her signature cream powder mattes, sparkling metallics, and duochromes, the pastel palette also introduces an innovative new formula, a vibrant, translucent multi-chrome that can be worn alone or as an illuminating top coat. I honestly love all the shade selections right here, from the aqua shades to this periwinkle kind of shade that is very much on trend this year. Is actually the Pant shade of the year, to the pinky tones. I think the shade selection right here, it looks like a lot of fun. And it is my understanding that Natasha Denona, with this eyeshadow palette, she's also bringing us a new formulation that I will be pointing it out right now that I'm doing the swatches. And by the way, the eyeshadow palette also comes with a nice size mirror. And let's just go ahead and swatch this baby right here. I'm going to start swatching it row by row. Tulle Matte Bubble Gum Pink, Illusion Duochrome Sheer Pink Peach, Mint Frost Sparkling Metallic Icy Turquoise. And Mint Frost is actually a repeated shade from the Tropics palette, which is now discontinued. Bora, a matte medium lilac. Denti, a duochrome sparkling pink with golden champagne. Breeze, matte pastel mint. Adriatic, a duochrome bright turquoise and gold. Starlet, coral pink and golden peach. Bellini, pastel peach. Bubble, matte pastel cornflower. Limoncello, metallic icy pastel yellow. And this is also a repeat from Tropics palette. Duet, a duochrome lilac teal. Airy, a matte pastel sky blue. Zest, matte pastel lime. Feather, pastel lavender pink. And I'm going to go ahead and apply falsies. I'm going to be using the Plant Fibre by Velour. These are hemp-derived lashes. And these are in the style Second Nature. Lashes are on, and I went ahead and applied lipstick Peony from Natasha Denona. This is a new lipstick in her collection. So this is a very simple look. I think this look is colorful, but not too much. Something that it brings a little bit of color without being, again, too much. Eyeshadow look is done right here. Pretty wearable. It's nothing that is too much. Let's go for the third and final look. This shade is so beautiful, and honestly this Isum G27 brush picked up the product and spread it beautifully. Look at the opacity of this shade. It looks deeper on the pan, but it actually translates as a true pastel on the eyes. What a fun makeup look. Something more for like a festival. This is an eye look that honestly I don't use in everyday basis, but from time to time it's fun to have fun with color, have fun with makeup. And also I went ahead and changed my lipstick for Chanel Adrienne, which is a gorgeous shade. Again, I will be leaving on the description box below. I decided to go for this lipstick because it's a little bit more subdued. That way all the focus is on the eyes and not really, on the lips. Okay, alrighty, my friends. So here to my final thoughts about this new Natasha Denona pastel palette. I really love the shade selections, and interesting enough, these shades right here, although they look very deep on the pan, they are actually true pastel shades. You were able to see it when I was applying it with my Isum brush. This shade right here is the one that I have here on this side. It's a true pastel shade. True pastel shade. Same thing right here. It looks deep on the pan because of the formulation, but on the eyelids, on the skin, it translates as a pastel. Also, another thing that I really love about this palette is that this is the hard thing to do with pastels. Usually some people say, oh, pastels are too transparent, too sheer. These to me, they are not transparent or sheer. They do have opacity. Now, let's be reminded that with pastel shades, it's not about building and building. One thing is build and build to have that opacity, but another thing is build and build to try for that shade to be deeper. That's exactly what we don't want on pastel shades. And I think these pastel shades and this formulation in general, from the mattes to the duochromes to the metallic kind of shades right here, what we are achieving is true opacity. I cannot see through the eyeshadow my skin, so the opacity is there, and I didn't have to dig in too many times on this eyeshadow palette to achieve that opacity, because the eyeshadows already have that opacity. They are not sheer or transparent at all and whatsoever. And that being said, I think this formulation will work for various skin tones, because although I cannot speak for someone that has a deeper complexion, I do have a light to medium complexion. I get very tan, and like I get color when it's summertime. But I think this will work really good for those who have deeper complexions, because I don't feel that it's an eyeshadow palette that is going to be chalky, and that's something also that worries me with pastels. That a eyeshadow will translate on the eyelids as chalky, but these ones all the opposite, mostly because most of the formulation right here is the cream to powder formula, so it applies kind of like creamy, but it sets in a powder way. But again, it's not chalky. I really love that she's also bringing us these duochrome shades right here, Dainty and Duet. This Duet is stunning, and a stunning shade. And this shade right here, Starlet, although it looks deep, then again, it's not that deep. It's actually a beautiful coral tone. I think this gives a lot of dimension to the eye look, something that sometimes we try to gravitate towards, like, make it a little bit more dimensional. Another thing too is this beautiful taupe shade right here. I say taupe because it's a transformative shade. It does have a little bit of white, a little bit of peach, a little bit of yellow. So it actually gives that eyeshadow look a little bit more of like a chameleonic kind of effect, which is beautiful. So you can play a lot around with this. And I know today I play a lot with the colors, mixing in the shades. My suggestion right here, if you want to, is like you can actually rearrange the palette in terms that you have all your blues and your aquas on one side, and then your pink peach shades on another side if you want to. But otherwise, I mean, I see different looks. Like, for example, I see an eyeshadow look right here with these shades right here, these shades right here too. I think these three shades right here are beautiful too. Then in quads too, you can work it in quads, and I think they can give you a good eyeshadow look. Or otherwise, don't go for full on eyeshadow on your lid. Like, you can put, say for example, Bellini all over the eyelid very gently, with a very like soft fluffy brush, so that way it doesn't show way too much. And then you can put just on the inner portion, like right here and very close to the rim of the eyelashes, like this shade right here, or a little bit of this shade right here. So you don't have to take it all over the mobile eyelid. It's just a little pop. Like, for example, if you're wearing a top or a dress that is, I don't know, like this periwinkle blue, and you want to bring it in, again, you just could do something very tiny, very little right here, and not, use it all over the eyelid. Kind of like just a touch, just to bring things together. I think you could definitely do that without having to, like create so many eye looks and do so many, like very colorful eyeshadow looks if you're not going to go to, like I said, a festival. Not that you cannot wear, colorful eyeshadows on everyday basis. There's people that they love to do so, and that's great for them. But if you are a person like me that, I love my nude tones, I love, yes, my pinky shades, some of my movie tones, I love purples, I absolutely love purples, lilac-y tones. But if you're, again, like me, you can just do very subtle pops of shades right here. I think she did a great job at grading this palette. I really love that it's a meaty palette. Therefore, you have a good amount of product, but without being too much, like say Circo Loco. Now, Circo Loco, I used it quite a bit last year. I really had a lot of fun, mostly during summertime. And I think this is a great companion palette to the pastel palette. Honestly, to me, pastel palette definitely is a springtime, summer vibe, bring color in a very soft way. And then Circo Loco is more of like if you want a little bit more intense looks, you can definitely use it together. But if you're not, like too adventurous in color and you want something very simple, don't think too much about, I want to create a look like that it has 3, 4, 5 shades. Just focus on one. Like I said, just apply a very little amount on the inner corner, or even like a little tiny mini wing very close to the lash line, just to bring something in there, and have fun with it. Start getting into it. I think pastels are going to be really, really big, not only for springtime, but they are going to go all throughout summer. We have seen Chanel, their summer collection, the bags, they brought a ton of bags in pastel shades, and we are seeing it in shoes, in clothing. So it's something that is coming very, very strong, and I think we can incorporate it in makeup in a very subtle, very elegant way without being too much if you're not too adventurous with color. And I have to say, again, if you are trying to get into color, but you're very timid, you don't want a lot, you think pastels will work for you, I think the formulations on this specific pastel palette from Natasha Denona is spot on, really, really good. You will not be disappointed. And again, I really love that it's a smaller type of eyeshadow palette, the midi palette. Okay, my friends, and I think this makes it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, that you find it helpful. I would love to hear from you if you have already picked up the new Natasha Denona Pastel palette, if you're putting it on your wish list. Let's continue the conversation on the comment section down below while you're at it. And if you haven't done so yet, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. If you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Also share with family and friends. And until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.